And welcome back to Tiskre for the final match of the day, final match of the weekend here in the Meeste Esiliiga T10. It is the eFP Estonian Battle Group playing the Tallinn Stars. The Stars won the toss and they have chosen to field first. And the match is advertised as starting at 5:30, but we're going to get underway a little earlier. First ball is expected in about 2 minutes, 17:15 start. You can see the players are out in the field. The two umpires are making their way out to the middle now. And we hope to see an improved performance from the battle group side.
And it looks like they're starting at the wrong end.
Yeah.
Terry's just going to yell at them. Always 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. We'll get there in the end. Simplest of instructions are always not simple enough, unfortunately.
Well, I know who didn't read the email that was sent to everyone involved in this match on Friday.
Was it you, Terry?
No, I wrote it.
But that doesn't mean you read it.
Where it specifically says, this match will be played from the Stockholm end. Every over will be bowled from the Stockholm end.
You think Rana knows which one's the Stockholm end?
Okay. Fair enough.
Perhaps we should change it to the commentary hut end and the car park end.
Yes. That would actually work very well now.
So, who is this going to bowl? I don't know.
And the live score may be a bit sketchy as it's
Shuffy.
Someone doing it for the first time. But we have Skillington and Patel opening the batting for the battle group.
Skillington will be hoping to last a little bit longer than he did in the earlier game.
Yep. Patel was one of the few batters for the battle group who spent a bit of time at the crease and played a few scoring shots. So hoping he can build on that from their earlier match, which was a very heavy defeat to United.
Was chatting with the NATO guys earlier. It's good to see they're watching the weekly because they were right up to date with Terry's tips. They said you were hopefully spot on. They did learn a lot about T10 from the first game, being the first time they've played it and seen it.
Short flashes at it.
What a catch. Meidel told him he wasn't a wicket keeper.
He could barely catch anything in the previous
made it
match.
Look difficult. I don't know that the dive was necessary, but certainly made it look more spectacular. And Patel is gone without troubling the scorers.
He's troubling them a lot now as they've got put in the fall of wicket.
So another early wicket down for this NATO battle group side. And catch taken by the wicketkeeper, Meidel. And Patel is gone. So not what they would have wanted after such a difficult start to their first game with the bat. being joined by Eccleston. Didn't bat in the first game. So let's see if he can prove that to be a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Come out and hit a quick 100.
I think he and his teammates should just be hoping he can get to double figures to start things off with. One target at a time. So Shafi into Eccleston.
Oh.
Short again.
Oh. He certainly bowls like he's much faster than he is. That's a couple of ones he's really bent the back and smashed into the pitch about halfway down, but
he gets a hell of a lot of bounce. It won't have any pace on it be coming through at an uncomfortable speed or height, but it gets up high.
It's a better ball. Played into the offside for a single. So Eccleston and Skillington both off the mark. That'll be a wide. Rana with his first wide of the day. Tim Cross having to go home after 3 games with his arms very tired.
That's down leg side.
Lytle can't stop it and it's going to go all the way. And it is 4 wides. 5 wides, in fact.
Yep. That's one way to get the first boundary of the match, but the battle group will just be happy that it's 5 runs that get added to their total. And this is already much better over runs wise than the first they had against United.
Ooh. Just over the top of middle. Swing and a miss from Eccleston.
Shafi confusing the batter by putting it on a good length, as opposed to all the short stuff before.
Full up and defended. No run. That's the end of the first over. 9 for 1. So they'll be happy with the 9. They'll hope they can keep that going. Try and get their score up towards the triple figures.
Yeah, we just got to see if these two can hang around for a couple of overs, get their eye in, and hopefully we might see a number of boundaries start piling up. So Shebin coming on the
Definitely
ball.
not Shebin. It's Shebin 2 probably. It is not Shebin. Oh, and he's bowled. Batter, very unhappy.
Smashes the bat into his pad. Well, it may not be Shebin, but Shebin's going to get credit for it.
I'm going to go and help them
At
fix
this
that,
point,
Terry.
the main scorer knows that there are 2 Shebins, so let me get it fixed up. Fortunately, there's someone who is not Shebin is borrowing an old shirt of Shebin's. So 2 players with the same name and the same number. Causing a little bit of confusion. So Skillington has departed, both openers back in the tent. And near batter is Fry. Scored 3 runs in the previous match. Looking to improve on that in this year's second turn. And the Nudo Battle Group team will most significantly be hoping that the wickets will not continue to tumble the way they did in the previous match. The umpire's having a word to the batter about the fact that he's come out with white pads on. This umpire was not here earlier and didn't see that they did that before. They shouldn't have been allowed to do it in that match, but the fact that they've already been allowed makes it a little more difficult to stop them from doing it the second time. And just a drop ball from Not Sheben. Fry not able to get onto it. Big appeal. Umpire's not interested. So apparently it is Riaz bowling. I thought Riaz had his own shirt. Okay. Didn't think it was him. So Riaz into Fry. He's swept that one away. Fielder inside the ring got a hand to it. He's taken enough power off it that it won't get to the boundary. They will come back for two. Fry now having to adjust his pads. So Riaz bowling to Fry again. He hits this one through mid-wicket and he will get the four this time. So the first boundary off the bat for the battle group in this innings. They'll be hoping there'll be many more to come to enable them to post a defendable total. Riaz slower ball. He's wrapped on the pads. A big appeal, but the umpire says no. Fry is looking to play across the line with every single one of these deliveries. Twice it's worked in his favour. Twice it's resulted in dot balls with big appeals for LBW. So Riaz's over comes to an end. 15 for 2 after 2. So far it has been an improvement by the battle group. I want to improve even further. They've got the wrong batter on strike. Well, they haven't ended the over, so it hasn't flipped over. Yeah, so Eccleston with the single there. Bringing Fry on strike. Short, slapped, not got hold of it, so just the one run. Path is short and wide, cut away straight to near. Nahid, who takes the catch, does a little tumble after it.
Well taken.
Yeah.
Just what they didn't need.
Yeah, just as it started looking like things were improving, Eccleston departs.
Gaha. Bowled well in the first game.
He also hit a good 4 in the first game.
Going to need more than one.
Yeah. It's the really, as I sort of said before, it should be the aim of each of these batters of get to double figures. Look to score off every ball and get to double figures. And they might be able to have a defendable total.
He's not a tall fella.
But
Even compared to the Rising Stars, who are pretty short on average.
a lot of the greatest batters in the history of the game were short of stature.
Yeah. They need the long levers, Terry. Oh, short rubbish.
And he doesn't get
Partha.
hold of it.
Terrible ball.
Partha has completely gotten away with that. You would have, I think if Fry had been facing that, that was definitely going to have been 6.
Full and dug out. It's Partha's usual method, trying to bowl Yorkers.
This is all right. It might only be singles, but at least they've scored off each of those 3 deliveries.
Yep.
And that's the way you got to start.
19 for 3 after 3. It's those 3 wickets that are the problem. Really can't afford to get bowled out in a 10-over game. Is it going to be Shafi?
Yep.
Shafi again.
Shafi to Gaha.
Oh,
Whoa,
big
big
one.
wide down leg side.
And Fry looking for the single, but Gaha not interested at all.
Yeah, they've got to be. These are the things that are takes a bit of time for them to get used to in the T10. Where other teams will have, the non-striker would have just been off straight away, called loud, and the striker would have just had to wake up to it and follow suit.
You've got to remember that this is a bunch of guys who have flown into Estonia to do their job and not played together before at all.
Yep.
They've had 1 training session, I think, maybe 2. So it's a big ask to come together and win games of cricket straight off the bat, especially in a format you've never played before either.
Absolutely.
A couple of years ago, we had a NATO team in the T20 comp, and they got better with each week. And by the end of it, the last weekend, they played a double header, and I think they won both games. But it's just really hard to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
A little bit of a conference here between Rana and the scorers. Still
Yeah.
going. And can we play cricket, please?
We normally we would have picked up on something looking out of place and couldn't see anything. Nothing has been corrected, so
Short and top edge round the corner. Didn't get much on it. And they're through for a single. So Shafi continuing with this short bowling. Definitely wouldn't get away with it against most of the other teams in Estonia.
no. I don't think he'll get away with it against Fry here. If he puts one in the same slot as he just did to Gaha, I think Fry's going to take it, because Fry's looked like he prefers to score through square leg.
Here it is again.
Oh.
He's got a glove on. Oh, it's through. Can he stop it? Yes, he's going to stop it, and they just get the one. Don't know where Meidl's gone. Keeper's completely disappeared. But,
as I said, that's because he's not a keeper. He's just a bloke wearing the protective stuff, standing behind the stumps.
Here we in again. Another short one, and whipped into the leg side for a single. So I think perhaps an email tomorrow to a few clubs reminding them about the uniform requirements, such as thigh pads not on the outside of your clothing.
Oh, that's a wide down the offside.
And we have had a couple of batters in white pads today.
As Meidl throws the ball unnecessarily into the stumps at the bowler's end.
It's a tactical throw, Terry. Trying to make sure runner's awake.
So is that why Rugby did it twice in the women's match?
Were you nodding off?
Nope, that's even wider, and it's a no ball because it's landed off the pitch. So Fry will get a free hit.
Starting to see why Shafi bowls short. Seems when he pitches it up, it goes all over the place. Let's see if Fry can capitalise on this free hit. He's given himself room, and he's just...
It's been called a no ball.
He's hit the
because
stumps.
The ball has hit the stumps.
He's hit the stumps.
He's not just knocked a bail off the way...
Knocked the whole stump over.
What was the England bowler who used to do it all the time?
Wasn't it Broad that used to do it all the time?
Was it Broad?
I think it was Broad that
was
the reason it got brought in.
Yeah, it was Broad. He actually took the stump out.
It's better from Fry. He stood still and tried to hit it, but he got an inside edge into his pad. I'm always a firm believer on a free hit. Stand still, watch the ball, swing hard.
Yep.
You're starting to move around. You can't hit the ball while you're moving. Your head's all over the place. That's a good shot from Fry, and it's through the fielder, but he's going to pick it up, and they're coming
going
back
for two.
for two.
Oh, what a
direct
throw!
hit. And I think
It
he's
looks
home.
like, yeah, but it was an excellent throw.
So good,
28 metres.
good commitment from Gaha there. He was always looking for two.
And Fry has gotten to 10.
Mission accomplished. You can get out now and get the next guy in. But initially, not great work down there by the fielder, but a good throw in and making him work.
Oh!
That's a nice in-swinger. Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
The over looked like it might never end, and it gets completed with a phenomenal ball. We've had multiple wides, multiple no balls.
And a massive in-swinger to take out middle and leg.
Oh.
So,
poor Fry.
yep,
At least he got to double figures.
double figures. At the fourth wicket, and we're still going at a wicket per over. Now, Rana looks like he's going to go and have an argument with the scorers.
Yep.
Savio bringing the scorebook out. And comparing notes. And at some point they're going to realise that one of them can't do mathematics. Oh, we've got another batter with white pads.
Looks like that's Caddy from the previous
No,
match.
not
No?
big enough to be Caddy. Caddy's a very solid fella.
Okay. I didn't think he was that.
Well, the guy that had Caddy.
Oh, no, I think, is it Rye who was batting with
yeah,
Caddy?
Rye.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why.
Bowled well as well.
Those two were together for quite some
Yep.
time. So nothing has changed about the scores, so it
Yep.
does appear as though
Rana
it's...
can't do maths.
No, it would be the scorer who can't do the maths then. He was the one who won. It is Caddy,
Okay.
according to the scorers.
Rightio.
Maybe that whole time in the previous game.
It's the wrong names, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's their scorer, so... Oh, short and wide from Parter, and that'll be a wide.
Yeah. Don't go chasing those, Caddy. You need as many of those as you can get.
Parter has been all over the place today. He looks like a guy that doesn't practice. He said about a lot of bowlers.
I was just going to say,
Terry, but
so he looks like an Estonian cricketer.
But, saying that,
it's in the air. It's over the head. He should come back for 2. Throw to the keeper's end.
No, I say that about Parter in that there was a point where he looked like a guy that did train.
Okay.
He was a very good bowler a few years back, but I think he's put a bit less time into cricket these days, and unfortunately means his bowling is not quite so accurate as it used to be. Oh, a slap back over his head. Is it going to be in the gap? No, Shoaib comes round to field. Oh, as a throw in. Oh. Gaha is certainly having to put in the hard yards, but gets home safely again.
Yeah, it's unusual to
Tries
have...
back. So I think he's put the wrong name in, Terry. I'm sure it's right. It's a full toss, wide outside of stump. Is it going to be a wide?
Umpire hasn't called anything.
A bye, perhaps? Or had he... Oh, no, there we go. It is a wide.
Yeah. Anyone wishing to be an umpire, you call wide at the point the ball passes the stumps, not when the ball's dead. You call it to the players when it passes the stumps. When it's dead, you then signal it to the scorers. So, yeah, they've now changed it to Rye.
Yep, I thought as much. So, Gaha just drops that into the leg side for a single. So the score will catch up. And there, I think we're up to date now. Oh, nice ball from Parta. Dropped into the offside and through for an easy single. And
I'm not going to get anything off that. It was well backed up.
hard to tell if that was the throw or Midle. That was the issue with that one, but
I think a bit of both.
Last ball of the 5th over now. Unfortunately, the battle group side not...
Cut away into the gap. It's racing towards the boundary. It's going to pull up.
Who can run slower, the fielder or the ball? It's the ball. That was a very unspirited chase to the boundary by the fielder. He was hoping it was going to get over the boundary the whole way. But they come back for 2. And that should be the end of the over runner. That should be the end of the over runner. That should be the end of the over runner. But he's... it's through the fielder, and it's 4.
Oh, so runners end up giving him a bonus boundary.
I'm going to go and make sure they know how to enter that, Terry.
Okay. That's the wrong one. You keep doing. So although the umpire has made a mistake and bowled a 7-ball over, it still counts. It's not the scorer's job to correct them. It's only their job to clarify. So the scorer on the tablet doing the live score is doing it for the first time. I don't know what to be doing, so Dave's just going, but he's got the 4 in already. So sometimes it tries to force you to stop the over. So fantastic over for the battle group there. Move the score along to 42 for 4. After 5, Gahan now on 14 from 9. Rai is assisting him at this point in time, 2 for 2. Nahid, the new bowler. Rai turns that one round the corner. Fielder tries to stop it with his foot. He misses with the one he was intending, and it bobbles into his other foot. So he does manage to prevent it going to the boundary. Nahid Bowling to Gaha. Gaha blocks that one out. So that brought the slip out in. It's in the air, it's going to fall safe. And they'll get one. Looking to go over the top, but not getting hold of it. So Nahid Tarai drives this into the gap, but there'll just be one as the boundary rider will come in and clean it up. Good little partnership building here for the battle group. Hits that one through the covers. Lovely shot. 4 runs. As soon as it beat the man just inside the ring, it was absolutely, definitely going to be a boundary. Well hit shot. That's 4 more to the total. Brings up the 50. This one's also gone to the boundary. Oh, no, sorry. Something in my eye. Straight to the fielder. So Nahid picks up a wicket with his final ball. Apologies, I have something in my eye that's really causing me discomfort. I didn't actually see the catch. So, good knock from Gahar comes to an end. Caught by Partha. And the new batter is Kent. And the new bowler is Sheben, the actual real Sheben, not the pretend Sheben, not Riaz. Starts with a dot ball. Beats the outside edge. Kent really should be looking to go cow corner. There's a bit of a gap there. This one goes behind gully, beats the fielder. They get through for 1. I don't think they can make 2. And Rai sends his partner back. Yeah, it's a good knock from Gahar. Unfortunately, just after he brought up the team's 50, he then departed. Short. He's just got a bit of the underside of the bat on that. They're coming back for 2. It's a suicidal run, but the throw is a little wide, and I think he's made it back. If the throw had been good, he would have been out for all money.
So all of runners' hand signals and
short in the air. No hits coming around. He's missed it. He's misfielded, but I don't think it's going to have the legs for 4.
Go. So it was 1 run short on the scorers. That has now been fixed.
They managed to do the 4 before you got there.
Yes.
It was most commendable. So Sheben in again. Oh, he's beaten the batter, beaten the stumps, beaten the wicketkeeper, beaten Nahid's foot, and it rolls over the boundary for 4.
And Sheben is suitably disgusted with that effort by his fielder. basically spent the day moving the heat around trying to hide him, but now they're moving him again.
So, right, moves to 16 from 9. This is the type of knock that the Bell Group need. A few guys getting scores like this, along with Gahars, and get them to a good total.
Nasmal. That's all wide, yep. It's definitely not Shoaib.
He's just flashed his number towards the scorers. Driven straight.
Nice shot, but the real Shoaib comes round to field it.
Fake Shebans and now fake Shoaibs.
Nasmal, there we go.
Pushes this one away, first for one.
And the real Shebin fields it. So can we get a real push here from the Battleground team?
Kent comes down the wicket, drives it straight.
Nice shot, but Shoaib comes round to stop it.
He's certainly trying. It's just not quite coming off them yet. You can see the lack of match play. This one's
high, but it's over. Shebin running away. Will he stop it? Yes, he will. And they come back for 2.
Looking for 3 at Rice.
More chance of overthrows.
Back.
No. I think the big difference between this batting performance and their last one is the intent.
Yes.
There. May not still be the execution, but their intent is there to score runs. That's on the legs, and he's dropped, and they're going to run. And
easy single. Yeah, and with a little bit more practice and the next time they play, if they come out with this same intent, the execution will be improved. It may not still be great.
Giving them another 7 ball over because he's so generous.
The good drive, but again picking out Shoaib.
I'll be honest, Terry. There are some umpires umpiring in Estonia that are not really helping the game. Clearly not paying any attention to what's going on because that's 2 7 ball overs in 8 overs.
Yeah, and in the past you could excuse some umpires because sometimes when something happens and you're distracted and you forget to pass the coin to one hand or click the clicker, but when you're actually scoring on a score sheet and writing down each ball, that means he's just literally not written one of the singles down, I assume. Or he just can't add the number of marks he's put in a box. And he's not calling that a wide for some reason.
Combine that with his incredible lack of consistency on waist high no balls on Friday night, and he's not had a good weekend. That's a nice shot around the corner, but
straight to the fielder.
So, if they could just place a few of these shots a little bit better, they're not far away from the boundaries. This is definitely not Hassan M bowling. Deary me. See, I can excuse this because they're getting their information from Rana. I walked over and asked them why they'd put Shebin before when it clearly wasn't Shebin, and they said it's because he said it was Shebin.
Yeah, and now... Oh, that's a shot.
Great shot. 4 runs.
One bounce over the rope. So we see intent and execution finally being combined here by Kent.
Oh, Sheben with a short drag down one, but not managed to get bat on it. Got away with that one.
I was about to say, it's one thing if this was someone who hadn't bowled before, but this is Sheben's second over.
Mm-hmm.
Like and so everyone should have recognised, oh yeah, it's the guy who bowled before. So I think he's calling a no ball, and I think it's for the number of fielders outside the circle.
I can see 5. I think Rana's trying to make the game about him. So now he's making him bring one in.
Yeah, they've now got 5 inside the circle. They've only got 4 out.
Sorry, Terry, but just not good enough.
$73 for 5 after 9 overs.
And it's not another 7-ball over because they haven't recorded the no ball. Oh, that's a no ball. And
it's
going
4.
for 4. So wheels falling off here for Sheben. But to be honest, should have already been over. So I can understand why the scorers are absolutely confused.
Yeah. In the air.
Straight up in the air. Fielder's coming in and plugs, but they're going to come back for 2. And, oh,
They
he's
make
lucky.
it. It's good running.
A weird hop.
It's quite odd the way the fielder just sort of, before the ball was still like 6-7 meters in the air, started sort of pulling up like, oh no, I don't want to get too close to it.
All right, I'm going to exit once again and go and fix the scorecard again.
Yeah. That was Sheben who bowled, not Hassan. If in doubt, always best to actually ask the bowler. Excuse me, what's your name? It's a full toss, slapped back over the bowler's head. Sharp coming around, I'll just get the one. Really like to get over 90 here. It's down leg side for a wide. It's not Shoaib who's bowling either. It's not Sheben who'd previously bowled. Riaz, that's right. It's Riaz who's bowling. So Riaz in again. Oh, wraps him on the leg. And both batters are at the same end, so there's going to be a run out. Kent departs. He just headed off. without looking, and his partner had no idea until he was next to him. And Ryan has also walked off. Ryan appears to have retired himself out at 25. Umpires to inform the scorers. It's going to be a little difficult for them. So we appear to have two new batters. And he's out, LBW, first ball. Hang on, is that Kent still? I thought he put the finger up. I'm really just confused. I don't know what the hell happened then. Not sure anyone knows what's happening. So we have one new batter, Muhammad. Thought we had two new batters. The ball is dead as soon as it is trapped in the batter's clothing. It's dead. I don't know what they're doing. All right. So they run a single off the final ball. It appears as though the score is 86. And as such, the target shall be 87. Your guess is as good as mine as to what's happening in a lot of that there. But we'll be back in about just about 10 minutes for the second innings to see if the battle group can defend it. So, the battle group's defence begins. Skillington is the bowler. Meidel on face. Short, pulled away, and that is 6 runs to start off the Stars chase. Stars off to a perfect beginning. Skillington's going to have to pitch it up a bit if he does not want to get more treatment like that. That's a wide from Skillington. Pulled away off the gloves, and that will go for 4. Meidel with his second boundary of this innings already.
Can't bowl short.
No.
They let the Stars get away with it a bit, but Meidel and Shoaib won't let them get away with it, that's for sure. And already this chase is looking a little bit small.
Skillington coming in from the Stockholm end. Full.
Smacked again. 1 bounce. Lima says it's okay, I think. Yep, Lima says it's okay. Meidel will be disappointed he didn't put that one away.
So now it'll be Skillington to Shoaib. He'll be looking to continue his partner's boundary hitting form.
Whee.
Edged, and he's beaten the fine leg fielder.
That's the way he plays. Goes hard at it.
Flails the bat.
Getting rewards like Zishan did earlier.
Skillington needs to aim it more at the toes. He goes short again.
In the gap over the infield, and he will cut it off before the boundary, and Meidel scurrying through for a second. So yes, needs to be several metres closer to the batsman, I think.
Yep. Maybe that wherever he plays in the past, people will let short stuff go past them, but that's not going to happen here.
Kicks out square leg there. No run.
A much needed dot ball for the battle group.
So 18 from the first over for the Stars. It will be a very quick chase if they continue that. Wicket's key here for the battle group. Need to see the back of these two. These two guys, if they're in for 5 or 6 overs, will have chased this down for sure. This is the way they play, no matter what the format. Not just T10. They can just get away with a bit more with the 50-metre boundaries. So Rye bowled well this in the earlier game. Let's see what he can do here to Meidel. Nice and straight.
Yeah, that's a bit of length. Make the batsmen have to work for it if they're going to score runs. Two fielders on the boundary here for the battle group, both on the onside. He strays down leg.
Big swing from Midle, but doesn't connect, and he'll get a wide. Just looking to hit that over the rope. It's a much better field setting than they had in the first game. They did have...
that's very high.
Who's under it? Who wants it? Someone. He's nearly taken it.
He got it. He just came out on his landing, and because he's leant all the way back, fallen on his back, and I think that's jarred the ball out of his hands.
Just slightly misjudged it, but it was so high. It was a very difficult one with a cloudy sky.
Yeah, he did very, very well. I just think the impact was the thing that prevented it from being the first wicket.
Full toss. Shoaib just bumps that down to mid-off, and there's no run. Yes, in the earlier game, they had both of their fielders out in the power play behind the wicket, which just isn't going to do anything for you in T10.
There might have, there's teams who do that at ECC and ECL, but that's a different level. Short.
Very short. And gets it through the gap to the man on the boundary for one.
Yeah.
Had to wait a long time for that one, Shoaib, to come down.
They're learning that these guys are going to flail the bat at anything that's short. They don't care. You're going to have to be a fair bit faster to really put any pressure on a batter with short stuff like that. Oh, that's a good ball.
Midle did very well to get his bat down on that. Keepers scurried down to pick it up, and they get one.
Well, I didn't know he had the Yorker in the back pocket, so the short ball before it made a lot of sense now after you've seen the two together.
It's a big surprise after you've bowled two at your toes to bowl one at the batsman's toes. Travis asking, would a pink ball be better for these late in the day games?
Oh,
that's a big wide, and that's going to
be
go
5.
For 4. 5 wides. Keeper didn't have any chance on that one. Potentially, I think a pink ball could work.
No, it's just that on Friday when it was later than this, it was blue skies and sunshine. So
other problems when it gets later than this and there's sunshine, because then you've got a very low sun that the fielders on one side of the ground are looking straight into. But same for both teams.
Yeah, but
just get on with it. But yeah, I don't know. Pink ball, T10. Then we're training for ECN stuff with the wrong colour ball, so I don't know if that would.
Yeah. Pink
idea.
balls are far more visible.
Definitely.
I preferred back in the Czech Republic. We used them for years in the T20 competition, purely because of the visibility. With lots of green behind both ends, they were the only thing that you could see. A proper red ball was too dark, and the white ball, as soon as it gets above the tree line, you've lost it. But once the Universal T20 eyes came in, it's like, well, no, the national team's got to play with white.
Yep. So 2 overs down, 27 for none, 61 more needed from 48 balls. New bowler is Kent. Comes in, full toss to that is another.
The keeper's racing after it, but I don't think he's going to get there.
And it plugs when it lands, and they come back for 2. So full toss there. And Midle's just managed to hit it straight over his own head and almost get a 4, but not quite. Practicing his golf swing there. So full toss first up from Kent. It's a better length, and he's hit that again very, very high, and the fielder's coming around, and he takes the catch. Great catch there, running around the boundary, and
he had his teammate coming back, almost trying to put him off, but he wasn't perturbed. He just kept up.
The Stars clearly weren't watching the Vikings earlier when they learnt that you do not need to hit the ball so high in the air. That went a long way up, and if he'd taken 15 degrees off it, it would have gone about 10 metres over the boundary.
Yep. So, Midle, the danger man, departs. Battle Group with a big breakthrough there. I'll be very happy to see the back of him. They try to defend this low total. And it's Sheben, the new batter. It's the real Sheben.
Sprinted out to the crease. Looks like he wants to avenge his first ball duck in the last game.
Oh, wow. He nearly got himself a 2 first ball ducks in a day.
Sheben likes to swing the bat. I think that's the kindest thing we can say about that first shot.
That was a whisker away from being a perfect pair of golden ducks.
Not too far away from going to Stockholm either, though, Terry.
Yes, that's true.
He can certainly hit a ball. And that's
slow up.
Worked around the leg side, and they'll just get a single as the keeper scurries after it again.
Are they raindrops? They are.
They are. He has done a lot of good work already, the keeper, chasing.
Mm-hmm.
And, I might see if I can go find a plastic bag to put over the camera, Terry.
All right.
Another full toss, doesn't get it.
Yeah, he's taking the pace off, hoping that that will prevent them from being able to get the boundaries, and so far it's working. Not only have they not been able to hit a boundary off of Kent, he's also picked up the wicket. Comes in again, and that's another dot ball. A few grey clouds have just crept up on us without really noticing. None of them look ominous, but we are getting a few spots of rain here. Certainly nothing that would take them off the field. So Gahar is to be the new bowler. After his 25 in the first innings. Sheben is on strike. Oh, it's a big appeal. Umpire's unmoved. It's another dot ball that helps the battle group's cause in defending this score. It's in the air. It's going to be a boundary. Well, it's just pulled up though, and the fielder has done a good job to get to it. There was no one near it. Looked like it easily just cruised to the rope. But instead, it's 2 runs. Once Midle has departed, the boundaries have dried up. And he steps way across and smacks that way over the boundary for 6. Sheben giving himself lots and lots of room and getting rewarded for it. Bit of a risk, he exposed all 3 stumps. When it pays off, it's worth it. Oh. They interrupt this broadcast for Dave Robson's Glad Bags camera protection. And we're back. Worth it to have dry equipment. Gahar, he flaps his arms a lot. This one's cut over the top of the infield. This will be 4 runs. And there's Dave's hand. So, Gahar coming in. Outside off. And that will be a wide. Shebin again trying to give himself some room, but this time it doesn't come off. However, Gahar's not able to get through him. And that's whipped away to the boundary. The fielder at Cow Corner had no chance. It's racing all the way across the outer outfield. He's going to have to pick it up just inside the logs. It was very well hit by Shebin. So 47 for 1 after 4. I think as long as Shebin's there, it's going to be an easy run chase for the Stars. Shoaib so far has pretty much just been a spectator. He's only faced 8 balls out of the 24 legal deliveries there have been. So Patel comes on to bowl. Shoaib just gets the toe and the bat onto the ball. Scamper through for 1. Drives this. Fielder comes around and slips over. He still stops it though. And then now we've got Shebin down as well. So it's only been very light rain that we've had. But that's 2 players slipping over on the same ball. Umpires will have to be aware of that. Wide delivery. Battle group team need to cut out those wides. You can't be giving away freebies with such a low score to defend. This is in the air, but it'll fall safe. Fielder comes in off the boundary at Cow Corner to tidy it up. Apologies for the shaky cam. Dave's still securing it. Whipped away. Fielder is... he gets a hand to it, but he just palms it down and it goes over the rope for 4. Patel beats Shebin this time. Tell knows that Sheban's only got one thing on his mind, smacking that little white thing over the rope. He beats him again. So 55 for 1 after 5, the Stars. Umpire is checking with the scorers. Seem to be okay.
Big shot. And one hand tips it over the bar, 6 runs.
Oh, that's just a couple of balls ago. The same fielder out at Cow Corner got a hand to it and palmed it over for 4.
Oh, he's improved.
Yeah.
I think even if he held on, he would have ended up over the boundary on that one.
Yep. So Kent in again.
Another big
driven.
hit and over the head again.
Don't know why the fielder started running in. It's landed just over the boundary. If he stayed on the rope, maybe he would have had a chance to get a hand to it.
We've managed to position the pitch and the umpire and the batter perfectly in the middle of the 6 animation, Terry.
Yep.
We'll just say that was planned. Not a lot of rain, but better to protect the expensive equipment.
Indeed. So Kent's been hit for back-to-back 6s. Short.
Oh, swing and a miss. Oh, he's having a bit of words, I think, with the batter. Be quite frustrating to come and play this sort of cricket when you haven't played it before and you think the batters are disrespecting your bowling. You don't realise that that's just how T10 is. There is no respect for any ball. Every ball is potentially a 6 and that's another one.
Yep.
It's got nothing to do with your ability to bowl. It's just, this is T10. You're swinging at everything. They'll learn. I think the intent was better in their batting innings, but they still just need to be a bit more urgency with the running, a bit more urgency with anything, with everything.
And a bit fuller with the bowling. Like that.
So it's cost him 3 6s, but he's got his man.
Sharp departs for 27.
Looks pretty happy with that. I don't think it's going to be enough at this point, unfortunately, with 15 runs needed, but a much better ball there. And if they can bowl 6 balls in that sort of area, then they're going to keep teams down to much lower scores.
Indeed.
Nazmul now coming out to join Sheben, who I'm happy to see has got some runs after his first ball of in the earlier game. I'll have to watch him back later on the replay because I was trying not to fall off the commentary hut while taping plastic bags over cameras.
You can watch a replay of your hand.
Excellent.
So Kent with one final ball to Nazmul.
Oh, up in the air. Fielder's coming,
Oh.
and he's dropped it.
Patel makes a meal of it. That should have been an easy catch. Kent should have had 2 and 2.
Could have been right back in this one with 15 runs needed. Anything could have happened, but unfortunately the catch went down, and 74 for 2 off 6 with 14 more runs needed. He's not dropped the World Cup, but he's certainly probably dropped any chance his team had. And he's been thrown the ball and said, well, you do it then.
Well, he has bowled. He bowled previously, and it was very economical. Only 8
well
going from
previous, it. No, he's been sacked already.
Oh.
And perhaps this is an opportunity with only 14 runs needed to give another player a bowl today and see what they can do. And Rana just informing him that we don't take hats in Estonia. Rule that came in with COVID and has stuck around.
So it's Fry to be doing the bowling.
Well, he's got a decent run up on him. Is it going to be...
That is the righty coming around the wicket, or is he going to switch the ball over?
Right. Oh, nice and full, and
And the
worked into the offside.
Fielder was on the ground before the ball was even hit. We did have 2 players slip over in the one ball, a fielder and then Sheben.
I don't think any of them have got cricket shoes, and now with a little bit of moisture on that grass, it's going to be extra slippery. Sheben. Oh, that's a big one up in the air.
The keeper and the bowler competing for it.
Oh, they've had a big collision. I think it was on camera, Terry.
Most of our we have lots of collisions here because the fielder's not calling, but almost all of them happen off camera. So this is why Dave's very excited. He's got one he can include in the highlight reel.
Neither of them actually got a hand on it, I don't think.
No.
Sheben got back for 2. Rides his luck. I bet he swings the same at this one. Yep.
and it's the underside of the bat this time.
Classic Sheben.
From a top edge to an under edge. So let's see if Sheben can find the middle of the bat with the next ball. He'll certainly be flailing it at it.
I think these boys will have an hour and a half drive back to their base thinking, what did we just play? Oh, he's picked that up. He's picked the fielder out. He's coming. He's got it. He's taken the catch. And Sheben goes as Sheben usually goes, swinging at the ball. Good job he did for his team, though. 24 off 15. And a good catch there on the boundary. So Fry gets another one. 3 down now. And just 11 runs needed from 21 balls.
Mm-hmm. If the battle group had just been able to get another 10 runs, this could have been a game. And
joined by
Animal.
Oh, he's had a swing at that. The fielder's coming in, but it's going to drop in safe. And with every player on the leg side on the boundary pretty much.
I don't know what part of the bat he hit that with, but it did not sound good.
Pretty safe shot if you're not going to hit it off the middle, that's for sure. That could just drop it into the leg side and not risk being caught. And that's over the offside. And that'll go for 4. So good shot by Nazmul.
Yeah, there's a big gap in the covers between the point and the cover fielder, and he has put it there perfectly.
So 7 overs gone, 82 for 3. Just 6 more needed from the last 3 overs. And the battle group looking not particularly excited about finishing this one off. It's been a difficult day for them, but fantastic to see them out here participating in the Estonian domestic competition.
So it will be Patel to bowl what most likely will be the last over, unless he can really do a number. He's deceived Animal there.
Big swing, no ding.
He was expecting that one to have an extra 20 Ks on it. This one does, and he beats him as well. Well, I'm going to take back what I said at the start. Patel's come up with 2 dot balls, saying, you're not going to win the running, you're not going to get the winning runs off of me. And here's another dot. They've appealed, but the umpire's
already writing in his scorebook, so clearly not interested at all. Potentially you should maybe make your decision to the players before you write it down in your book, runner, but a bit fuller. He set it straight back at him, and it's gone through him, and that could go for 4. It does. So hit that very hard, Animal, and the Patel couldn't get anything behind it and split the fielders on the boundary.
It's an inch away from being a dot ball.
It's an inch away from a broken ankle.
I'll take your word for it, as you're such an expert on them. Oh, another play in a miss.
2 runs needed, and he's still trying to hit 6s. It is sometimes fascinating to watch the Rising Stars play. But it doesn't matter if you need 1 run off 100 balls. He will still try to hit a 6. It's spectacular, but it's really
in the air. The fielder's underneath it, and he's out. And God,
you've got to wonder. You really got to wonder.
Imagine if Patel had have actually been able to stop that ball that went for a 4, and that had been a wicket maiden.
He's still walking off the field practicing big shots. it's like at no point did he engage his brain and go, I only need 2 runs here. I can get this with singles.
Animal by name. I'll leave the rest hanging.
So, Patel
just to be
managed to get through the 8th over.
Yep. He did not want to be the one to give away the winning runs, and he finishes with 2 overs, 1 for 12. Very good figures.
Naheed wandering out now.
Another man who likes to swing the bat, use all of his brute force to bludgeon it over the boundary.
A little bit more refined as a batsman, but I still wouldn't be surprised if he holes out with 1 run needed.
Well, Nazmul might want to finish it himself here as Gahar comes in to bowl with his dancing run-up.
That'll be 1. So we're still on here for the hole out. Can Naheed channel his inner opening batsman and just hit a single, or he wants to use Nazmul's bat? 1 run needed. All he's got to do is get bat on ball and run a single, but it's really important that he gets the good bat to do it.
Well, I mean, Naheed's not the quickest through the wickets, so he does have to hit it properly to get the single.
He's going to try and hit a 6. He's going to try and hit a 6.
Umpire's called dead ball.
Fielder's talking. Runner laying down the law. Fielder's looking bemused. So he did have a big swing, Terry.
He did.
So we're still on. He's clearly trying to win it with a 6.
6 are out. It's 6.
It's a 6. Just ridiculous cricket, but they get the win.
Yep. So Stars with 1 win and 1 loss for the day, and that brings a close to this big weekend of Estonian cricket with 6 matches we've shown over 3 days, 5 T10s and the 40 over match yesterday. We'll be back on Friday with another T10 match in the men's competition, and then again on Saturday with more Pro 40 action here from ground one, and 4 more games in the T10 League, on Sunday. Friday, the action starts from 6:30, on Saturday 11 o'clock, and on Sunday 10 a.m. for the first game. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a good night.